Joe Rogan, the lad, the big man, the guy with the big balls and the big weed stick. Shocker. Right now, I'm pretty sure the internet community, the podcast community, but the creator community in general is just shocked. Something has gone on. This is seismic level shifts. I can only say the last time something like this happened in terms of internet culture was when PewDiePie shifted away live streaming gaming from YouTube to DLive. And in some ways, this shift from Joe Rogan might actually be more crucial and necessary in a lot of ways than even what PewDiePie did. And hey, I was all good with Pewds doing that because we need competition in this space. And it's good because it gives creators more options, it gives viewers more options, and Joe Rogan shifting over his podcast completely to Spotify. Spotify is basically the home of podcasts. A lot of big podcasts, most people post their stuff there as well as on like Apple. This is a big step, one for Spotify, but for the internet as a whole. Now, I'll start off with Joe Rogan. Man's getting paid $1/10 billion, all right? He's getting paid $100 million to move his show. Literally, there's no change, there's no nothing, there's no production change, there's no upscaling. He's been paid $100 million to license his show to put it on Spotify exclusively. Now, I don't know how long that license deal runs for. It might be 5 years, it might be 10 years, but I like it when people make money. He's making money, which is good. And he's talented at what he does, so it's good even more so. But yeah, $100 million to move your podcast over. As I said, no structural changes to the show. Spotify have no hand in the production, just like YouTube didn't have a hand in the production. And this could be a big, big move, a big change, because it potentially could lead to Spotify in some ways becoming a video hosting platform. Now, I think that's very far off, like over 3 to 5 years off. But I do think it's a possibility because at this point, Spotify is the music brand. It is where everyone puts music. Now it's become a podcasting thing. I think this is going to cement them as the #1 podcasting platform going forward. But Spotify is a music platform. But with this here, and because Joe is exclusively putting his content on Spotify, there's going to be a huge shift of millions, if not tens of millions of people shifting onto Spotify who've never used the service, or people who haven't used it in a really long time. Now the last time I used Spotify was probably in like 2012 or 2013. And that was a free version essentially, but I just never gripped onto it. It was not something that was integral to my daily life. I just listen to music on YouTube. I just turn on my mobile data at this point because now you have contracts with such big data allowances that you might as well just listen to music whenever you want. But yeah, I've never had a use for the product. I think it's a clever product. I think it is very intuitive and the AI stuff on there is pretty cool. But it's not a product I am super enthused with. I think it's just there and it's not something which I ever got a huge amount of use out of. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to start using Spotify if Senior Rogan is going to only put his stuff on there. Now, I think there is one mistake. I said one and I put 2 fingers up, but they're the same finger. So it's like one mistake. I'll do it. There's one mistake, all right, with this entire operation here. And I think that is that he is also taking all of the JRE clips off of YouTube. And he's not posting any new clips to YouTube. I think for me, that's a mistake. I understand Spotify want to get all the playback and they want all the subsidiary views that come in with clipping together the podcast and having certain bits, cut out so that it's not... Because I suppose in a podcast, it runs for a long time, between an hour and a half and 3 hours sometimes. And some people don't want to sit through it, so it's a good idea to cut it up. But I think that for marketing purposes and bringing in as many people to watch the show as possible, I think the clips being available on YouTube actually would help the product. I think you can put them on Spotify as well. But I think in terms of marketing, in terms of the product itself, I think it makes sense to keep those on YouTube anyway. I think the structure they've set up, Spotify have set up for Joe to slowly remove content from YouTube is clever. It's not like they've gone cold turkey and said, we're done now, that's it, all his content is on Spotify now instead of YouTube. They've said, we're going to continue posting. We're also going to post it on Spotify. And come September, we're going to basically exclusively post on, or come the end of the year, we're exclusively posting on Spotify. And we will not post anywhere else after that. Clever. I think it makes sense. It's better than the alternative. It gives people lean-in time to say, I'll sign up next week. I'll sign up now. I don't want it now. I'll sign up in 3 months' time. I think, really, if Spotify play this right, and I don't know if they can, I don't know if they will, I think there's a chance, if they so choose, they could actually become like a video hosting rival to YouTube. That's some big brain thinking, that's big pee-pee. Everything is going on there. But I really, really think the fact that they've done this with podcasts and video podcasts, which is like one step in that direction, I think this could be a very, very big shift. And it could have ramifications for the next 10 years on the internet and specifically content creation online. So I'm all for this. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. I think it's somewhat necessary. I will be annoyed now that I won't be able to watch Joe Rogan on YouTube. But I guess I'm going to have to download Spotify on my phone. I'm not one to watch full Joe Rogan episodes unless it's someone I really want to watch on the show. A lot of comedians, when there's scientists on there, sometimes you give it an extra watch, or politicians. But generally, it's just clips that come up and you're like, yeah, I'll watch that clip. And then you watch another clip, and then you watch another clip, and then you watch another clip. And then, yeah, that's sort of how it goes. Clever. It's what it is. I think it's a very intelligent way of bite-sizing these little conversations, as opposed to making it daunting by saying it's in this 3-hour chunk, go to this 3-hour chunk, click on this timestamp, watch it through there, then stop once the conversation's finished. It's all done for you. The clips are a good idea. I just think, personally, the clips should stay on YouTube and be a current thing that they keep on updating. But if that's what they've chosen to do and they choose to take it all off, that's their prerogative. $100 million, a lot of money. Well done. Congratulations. That is a mind-boggling amount of money. Maybe this is all this stuff. Rogan being like, I'm going to move to Texas. Maybe part of this is like the play to be like, I'm moving out of California. I'm moving to Texas where there's easier business regulations. Everything is simpler. Apparently, the local government is much simpler. Makes sense, honestly. So this might all be part of some grand plan for Joe Rogan to shift production to Texas and Spotify having some type of idea in that. I don't know. Call it conspiracy, call it what you want. Joe Rogan no longer on YouTube. Sad, but ultimately maybe necessary. So, Joe, as I said, congratulations, my man. Very big money, very big money. Very big pee-pee, big brain, big head. You have big head. He has a big head. He's a beefy guy. He's a chunky man. And, Okay, anyway, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then my camera cut out. How great. I love it when that happens. But I have been NarendraTheComic. You have been great, and I'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it for over 2 years. 2 years! And we ain't stopping until we get to 10,000 subscribers. So Joe's being paid 100 million. We just need to get to 10,000 subscribers. Seems pretty simple. It's turned out to be much more difficult than originally planned. But do subscribe, because I'll be back again tomorrow with some more quality shitty content, because that's what we do every single day. No stop. No stop. No stop. Yeah, be back again tomorrow. So, see you here, maybe. Maybe be here. That would be great if you were here, because that way I could talk more, and I can reply to some comments maybe, and not be so lazy with that. And then we can continue this again tomorrow with what other piece of random content I'm gonna make, because that's just how it is. So yeah. More of that quality shitty content. But most importantly, stay safe, stay inside, and subscribe. But numero uno, number one, subscribe. Just click the button, move on with your day, and we can all be happy with it. So subscribe. See you tomorrow. Yeah. It's like this background is lovely. I might just shuffle the books up just to make it a bit different for myself. So I will indeed be back again tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Ooh! See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.